Greetings. I like to look at the body in a kind of an unconventional way, and I care about the people close to me. And not everyone is as obsessed with the nuances of the language of the body as I am. It's just kind of a compulsion I have. But I'm always trying to think of ways to save people time and get them to the outcome that they desire without a whole lot of unnecessary fluff investment of time because everyone's time is valuable. So today I'm going to give a couple of non-traditional ideas on things you can do to kind of preserve your posture and health and maybe give you a little comfort over time. Number one, we're going to, kind of work on the spine a little bit, but not in the traditional way. We have to go through a couple of things. A lot of people think their center of mass is the small of their back. The reality is your center of mass is closer to your hip pocket. For example, if you were looking at the center of your body where your torso connects to your legs, where your legs plug into your torso, think about that center point. It's right around your private area. So that is, in the world of physics, your center of mass. So you want to move and structure your movements with that center as the focus. So think of the spine as the vertical axis, and then the hip pockets, or where the torso ends, as the horizontal axis. And at that intersection, that's your center. So when we do things that help build posture up, as you can see, I'm pushing my spine forward and allowing that to create an upward curve. Now you see my hands naturally want to rise, the elbows naturally want to rise and open. So this is called extension. When you do it from the low back, it's lumbar extension. When you do it from the mid back, it's thoracic extension. And there's even cervical extension. That's the cervical part of the spine. So when you hear doctors talk about C5, C6, T12, L5, S1, cervical, thoracic, lumbar. It's just classifications of the different parts of the spine. Spine's supposed to have a natural curve. They call it a little kyphotic curve. Very normal. But sometimes we get so bound up because of our posture that we exacerbate that curve a little bit too much. So going back to first principles, start at the center. Let's try to push the spine forward and up a little bit. Forward and up. Essentially, think about if you're pregnant, what do most people do they try to imagine, being pregnant. Just stick their center out like that. That's breaking the back at, I would say, a suboptimal point. So rather than just pushing that forward unintelligently, push the center of mass forward. So you may not be able to go as far. And so you won't feel like you're moving as much. But this is the things that I try to do. I try to pull back on the scale of the movement so that we can work on its precision. And usually a more precise movement actually accomplishes and gets you to the outcome in a more efficient way with far less extra effort. So that's what we're trying to save. We're trying to save some time and money here. So let's push the lumbar spine forward first. Let that build into the thoracic spine. You see that I'm starting to get taller. And think about those vertebrae getting a little bit more space in between them, because the spine is compressed because of gravity all day, every day. So let's do things that decompress the spine, try to open it up. And then at the top, what we want to almost lift the chest off of the spine, just like off of the abdomen rather, and without compromising the curve of the back too much. So that would be too much. We've got to remain together, but let that continued motion come from the spine itself. So feel like each vertebrae is lifting, you're taking some time, and I'm just turning this way for the ease of the viewpoint, the perspective. So if this is the top of our skull, we're trying to get all of this action here, and you're going to start to feel things in your mid-back, shoulder blades. It's going to start to sort out little cramps, little, twinges here and there, and you might even feel some stretches in the shoulders and the triceps. That's all normal. And when you're fully upright and extended, let's open up the elbows just a little bit and feel that fascia stretching out along the rib cage. You know, feel some of these tissues open up, and you'll start to, you'll have better access to your diaphragm, things like that. And obviously this posture is unnatural to hold forever, but we're not seeking perfection. A mentor told me a long time ago, don't chase perfection, just get 1% better every day. So if we can, you know, go from here to about here, let's call that an improvement. Okay, so let's start with that. Give me some feedback on how it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, if it hurts something else, that's probably a sign where you're not ready for this particular demonstration. Maybe we scale it down or regress it. So the opposite of progression is regression. And there's nothing wrong with regression if you learn the lesson at that appropriate stage so that you can progress with security in mind. So I hope that was helpful and not too wordy. And we will continue to try to give you information like this going forward. See you next time.